Hello there, everyone. Everyone who's been watching me on social media, all platforms, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. It's yours truly, Jimmy Williams. Most people call me the Wisdom Economics Coach. You guys have been seeing me for quite some time over the last couple of years with courses with real estate. One of my courses was called JW Academy. And welcome to another episode of Revitalizing the Entrepreneur Spirit. I have a very special guest. He's a spiritual son and he's an amazing entrepreneur himself. And he just so happens to be one of my original students back 2 years ago when I started that course. And since then, he has exploded as an entrepreneur. He has an amazing credit repair business and he's a real estate investor. My good friend and my son in the Holy Ghost, when I say the Holy Ghost, in the Spirit, because I have ministry as well. But his name is Mr. Soulmay. Soulmay, can you hear me and see me well?
I can see you well. Thank you, Jimmy. How you doing today?
I'm doing very well, sir. I love your attire. I love how you look, and so we're gonna get into all of that. We're gonna tell people what's the meaning of it. Talk about your culture. By the way, guys, he's from West Africa, and he came over here several years ago, and he's just been, starting his life anew, and he's really doing great things for the kingdom and for regular everyday people who just want their credit repaired. But before we get started, I'll tell you a little bit about him. I'm going to ask all of you to subscribe. You know what to do. If you're on my Facebook page, there'll be a little link in the description, as well as Soulmay's information if you want to reach out to him directly. But you can click on those links and go to my YouTube channel, subscribe, like, and share. Do the same thing if you're on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Okay, you guys know what to do. Or on Facebook, all four, all right? Now, let me tell you a little bit about this gentleman, and I'm going to let him speak for himself. Again, he's from West Africa, and, he's been, ever since I've known him, he's always had this zeal to want to help people. And when he was in my real estate course, the reason I knew he was going to be a great leader and he was going to be a very inspirational person when it comes to business and was going to get a lot of things done, he always persevered on getting the properties and the things that he wanted, even though it wasn't going good. I remember one time, he had a business deal with someone who, was trying to sell a property to him. And he must have worked on this deal for 6 months, almost a half a year. He may still be working on it, I don't know. But this particular real estate deal was like, it was a multifamily property. It had several units in it. And the owner had dropped the price just for him. But we ran into a problem when I told him, get the inspections done. You don't know what needs to be done on the property. You just can't take their word for it just because they dropped the price. And my first thing to him was, why does the owner want to drop the price so much? There's got to be something wrong with it. And sure enough, when he did his due diligence, he brought somebody in there to look at it. One of the units had some major problems that needed major work. So one of the first things we learned about real estate, he learned, is that whenever somebody drops the price significantly, and there's a lot of equity in it, and they want to sell it fast, you need to get a proper inspection because you don't know what's wrong with the property. And sometimes when you do that, you weigh your options, you go, okay, well, it needs $150,000 worth of work, but it has $150,000 in equity. Once you fix the work, there's no more equity. And that was the first thing he learned about this business. But I saw his zeal and all of that. That's my point. He persevered, and he kept working on his credit. He said, man, I fixed my own credit. And I think it's a major important part. And it is when you go buy property to have a good credit score. So, I will highly advise any of you, if you're doing fix and flip, buy and hold, or if you're just buying your personal home, get your credit score up and get a good credit repair person on your team. Because the higher that is, the credit score is, the better your interest rate is going to be, right? And so he started dedicating himself to it. 6 to 8 months later, he contacted me and said, Papa, he said, Dad, I started my own credit repair business. And since that time, true story, my wife and I were battling with our credit. Our credit was probably in the mid fives. My wife's credit was, it was down there. I'm not going to go and tell you exactly what it was, but it was really, really bad. And he was our first, he took us on first as clients. He said, you watch me, Papa, watch me get your score up. And in about 8 months, my wife's score and my score was over 700. So this gentleman, he's amazing. He did exactly what he said he's going to do. And I want him to share his story, first of all. And I want him to talk about how he can help you get your credit score better. So without further ado, Mr. Soulmay, you can share with us wherever you want to start, talk about your story, growing up or whatever, and what led you to become an entrepreneur and to get into credit repair, okay?
Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you very much. Oh my God, I'm so
Mm-hmm.
so blue from your introduction.
Awesome.
Thank you so much for your kind words. And yes, I think you said it all. Who is Mr. Soulmay?
Mm-hmm.
I came from West Africa. My country name is Burkina Faso, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm from southwest of Burkina Faso.
Okay.
As an immigrant, when you come to America with no English to zero English, and you need to go to school first,
Mm-hmm.
learn how to speak English, get your education,
Mm-hmm.
work hard to feed your family,
Mm-hmm.
learn from the best people like Jimmy.
Mm-hmm.
You have now enough knowledge not to keep working like a slave.
Absolutely.
Living in America is mastering, understanding the system.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
As long as you understand how this country work,
Mm-hmm.
if you want your freedom,
Mm-hmm.
your happiness,
Mm-hmm.
you have to be an entrepreneur
Mm-hmm.
and you have to understand how to grow.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep.
What I tried as a real estate investor before,
Mm-hmm.
buying properties, fixing them, renting, and selling.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime I try to purchase a house, they need my credits,
Mm-hmm.
they need my credits,
Yep.
they need my credits,
Yeah.
and they need my credit.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, what is this credit about in America?
Mm-hmm.
I have a business background. Back home, I studied economics
Mm-hmm.
and accountings. So when I came here, I studied business administration and accounting and finances.
Mm-hmm.
Later on, I went to a nursing school
Mm-hmm.
to become a nurse.
Mm-hmm.
I learned down the road that it's not your degree
Mm-hmm.
and it's not a PhD, it's not a master degree, it's what you use your knowledge to do
Wow.
that will give you this peace, this freedom for you to live the life you want to. Later on, I said, I want to do something for myself. But the main thing is, how can I help other people?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I needed a coach for real estate.
Mm-hmm.
I came across Jimmy Williams.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That was the best meeting that I made in my life. This man here gave me confidence.
Praise.
This man here gave me the power.
Hallelujah.
This man here gave me everything I need to trust in myself first,
Mm-hmm.
and then to wake up my anger. I wanted to achieve, I wanted to be an entrepreneur, but where to start, how to start it,
Mm-hmm.
this man boosted up. And then I decided to move forward, to learn, repay my own credits.
Mm-hmm.
I had about poor credits. Living from cash to cash,
Mm-hmm.
it was hard when you have a wife and kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can be living from paycheck to paycheck.
Mm-hmm.
You have to come up with another strategy to have time for your family.
Yes, sir.
So being an entrepreneur was the best move I have ever made in my life.
Mm-hmm.
You can work from your home, you can see your wife, your kids, your family,
Mm-hmm.
and you can reach your goal, your financial goal.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
How did I start the credit repair business? I was my own case study. I hired 5 different companies to fix my credit.
Mm-hmm.
They dragged me for months and months and months, and nothing was done, or barely nothing was being done on my credit.
Mm-hmm.
I said, listen, I gotta go learn, train myself, understand what is inside the credit game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's what I did. Learn from 5, 6 different teachers,
Mm-hmm.
mixing all my certification knowledge and getting the best out of it.
Wow. Yes, sir.
And the best out of it is not Mr. A course, it's not Mr. B course. It's a mix of A, B, C, D, E that came out, and today it's Mr. Soulmay strategy.
Awesome. Awesome.
So what credit repair company usually do is they will drag you for you to be paying them every month for very long.
Mm-hmm.
My goal is to fix people credit as soon as possible to allow them to buy a house,
Mm-hmm.
to allow them to lower the interest rate on their car payment or in their mortgages,
Right, right.
to allow them to lower the monthly payment on the insurance car.
Mm-hmm.
And I help them start businesses
Yeah.
and get the business loan they need.
Mm.
Also,
Mm-hmm.
I added on my services
Okay.
tax preparation.
Mm-hmm.
This is a big topic.
Yeah.
My people, my community,
Mm-hmm.
Americans
Mm-hmm.
need more education.
Okay.
We need to bring them those knowledge
Mm-hmm.
for them to make wise decisions.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
Credit, taxes, starting your own business.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, we have everything that an entrepreneur need in the house.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I know you're gonna ask me questions, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm just giving a general idea
Yeah.
of how I started the credit repair business.
Mm-hmm.
After working with big companies that I did not see much result, I
Mm-hmm.
took my own credit
Mm-hmm.
in charge,
Mm, wow. Okay.
starting from scratch, from 500 to
Mm-hmm.
800.
Wow. Wow.
And if I can do it,
Yeah.
I can try for my family members.
Wow.
I started with family members and friends.
Okay.
And then I went up with my coworkers. And then everybody was coming to me. We need help, we need help, we need help. So what I did now, I went to learn the business side
Yes, sir.
of the credit repair.
Okay.
I have the knowledge. Today I'm overwhelmed.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to invest in real estate, start fixing your credit.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to get business funding,
Yep.
start with your credit.
Yep.
If you want to grow your business with large funding,
Mm-hmm.
start with your credit. I have 3 people
Mm-hmm.
that are in my niche.
Mm-hmm.
You have excellent credit.
Okay.
You don't know what to do with your credit. This is a mine. It's a gold that you have in your hand.
Mm-hmm.
We can help you with our partners like Jimmy,
Mm-hmm.
invest in real estate and get the funding you needed.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a poor credit, don't beat on yourself. I've been there before.
Right.
Don't blame yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Life happen.
Mm-hmm.
Things happen in life. Situation happen. You don't have to tell people why your credit is where it is.
Mm-hmm.
Just be responsible and say, I don't want to see this anymore. I want to change my life.
Yes, sir. Wow.
That's the beginning
Mm-hmm.
of a new life for you.
Wow. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-hmm.
It's very stressful when you have bad credit and being denied
Yeah.
everywhere you go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You need to work with confidence when you are applying for anything,
Mm-hmm.
with that 100% confidence that I will be approved for what I'm applying for.
Mm-hmm.
And we are here to help you get to that goal.
Mm-hmm.
We work with different clients.
Mm-hmm.
If your goal is to buy a house, we can line up the real estate
Mm-hmm.
side, the banking side, the credit side, and we help you get where you want to go.
Mm-hmm.
Credit for me is power.
Yeah.
Credit for me is where everybody should start.
Mm-hmm.
I went to college with a business administration major. I studied finance. Nobody taught me what credit was before.
Wow. Wow.
And today, I want to give it out. I want to help as many as people I can.
Okay.
The second, I said, the first category of people I'm working with is people with excellent credit who don't know what to do with the credit.
Mm-hmm.
The second is whoever have a credit who is not perfect, that need improvement. We're here to help. Student loan,
Okay.
big headache. Medical collection,
Mm-hmm.
credit card collection,
Yeah.
charge support,
Mm-hmm.
tax lien,
Mm-hmm.
call anything that can be reported in your credit. We help you remove them. Not only that, when we do the credit analysis, we see exactly what your credit needs.
Mm-hmm.
And we touch those areas to bring it up.
Okay. Good.
The third category of people that we work with is people with zero credit.
Zero credit. Okay.
I'm an immigrant. A lot of people come from other countries. They just got a new social security
Okay.
number. They don't have no credit at all.
Mm-hmm.
So we start building. We're not fixing, we're not repairing. We are building their credit from scratch.
Mm-hmm.
What do you need to generate a credit score?
Mm-hmm.
The credit score is a number.
Mm-hmm.
but we need a credit report
Mm-hmm.
to generate that number.
Oh yeah.
So for those people with zero credit,
Mm-hmm.
you cannot buy your house. You cannot buy a car. You cannot even get a certain type of job with no credit.
Wow.
That's where we feel like we can help.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be there, we'll help, work with people one-on-one. Not everybody has the same situation.
Mm-hmm.
You can use a cancer medicine to treat headache.
Right. That makes perfect sense. You can't do that, right?
So everybody has his own situation. We work with you one-on-one
Okay.
regarding every aspect of your finance. If you want to, we can start with budgeting,
Mm-hmm.
saving.
Right.
Why are you getting behind your bills? How to use a credit card properly,
Okay.
and also how to start a business.
Mm-hmm.
We help people start their LLCs. We help people uh, get the correct paperwork
Mm-hmm.
so they can be lined up and be approved
Okay.
for funding.
Mm-hmm.
I work with people like Jimmy
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
to help get funding for real estate,
Yes, sir. That's what we do.
up to millions of dollars in real estate funding.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
So this is basically my call.
Mm-hmm.
I say my call from God.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
I love helping people, and don't get it wrong. Not only low class people need credit. No, I have customers who are lawyers,
Mm-hmm.
who are doctors,
Right.
who have a lot of student loan debts,
Yeah. Yeah.
but needed that credit touch
Mm-hmm.
to move forward with whatever they want to do. You can have a lot of cash. Don't get me wrong,
Mm-hmm.
but credit is going to limit you in whatever you want to do.
Yeah. Wow. Wow.
We cannot, in the system, America
Mm-hmm.
system,
Mm-hmm.
if you want to live a better life, you have to have credit.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Wow.
So this is, a summary of, why I'm doing what I'm doing right now. And I know you have more questions. So,
Well, let me say this to you, Soulmay, Mr. Soulmay. First of all, everyone who's listening today, I'm pretty sure he said some things that you guys have questions about. So, as I said before, I'm going to leave his phone number, an email address, and a link to his website. So you guys can contact Mr. Soulmay directly, and he'll be happy to get back to you because, again, this industry called the credit industry, a lot of people they're ignorant of what needs to be done. They don't understand how important it is. And he's right. The American system runs on credit. Now, without it, you can still get things done, but you got to have a lot of cash. But how many people are sitting on $100,000 in cash, or $50,000 in cash, or $20,000, or $5,000? 99% are not. It's the top 3%, 5% that have that. But I guarantee you, somewhere along the way, they built their credit and was getting, got access to finances, to funds, buying a new house with a low interest rate, or buying a car off the dealership, no money down, and leasing cars. It's better to lease a Rolls Royce for 4 years, with almost 0% interest because you have a 750, 780 credit score, then to go buy that thing. As soon as you drive up the lot, what happens? It's not like a house. It goes down in value. Houses, when you buy them, depending on the market, go up in value. But some people are going out buying things that they can't afford, and it goes down in value. Well, if you lease it and pay a little bit, $300, $400, $500 a month, that's better than you going out paying $1,500 a month for a Rolls Royce. It's just business sense. But it all starts with credit. So you will have his information, so you can contact him. I'm just going to ask him a couple of questions, and I'm trying to be in the mind of the people of my audience, okay? All of you who do real estate and you have other businesses. So I think some of these questions I'm going to ask will be very relevant. So I'm not going to be a couple of them because I want you guys to get back to him. I don't want it to be too long because I think he gave us enough so you can understand the importance of credit. But the first question I would ask is, what kind of items can you, now I already know what I'm going to ask him. I know the answer, but I'm going to ask it so he can say it. What kind of items can you guys remove that you think have been the biggest hindrance to people's success? And give us a list of 3 or 4 things that your company can remove off of credit that can change the trajectory of their FICO score over the next 3 to 4 months.
Thank you, Jimmy, for that question. The hardest thing to remove in the credit industry would be a bankruptcy.
Okay. All right.
When we remove bankruptcy, medical collection,
okay,
any other type of collection or charge-off,
okay,
late payments,
okay,
child support.
Okay, that's a big one for a lot of people, believe it or not. Okay.
Tax lien.
Tax liens. Whew, that's another big one. That's a big one. Wow. Amazing. So there you have it, guys. Okay, tax liens, child support. He's hardest to remove bankruptcies. He removes late payments. Guys, those few he just named, just getting those removed can help boost your score. I'm sure anywhere from 50 to 75 points, and then you add.
Oh yes.
And then you add a trade line, can boost another 50 to 100 points. And so you start out in 500, you're up to 650, 700. If you do those couple of things we just said, is that right?
Oh yes. And also on top of that, we have other stuff that people don't know. It goes on their credit report. When you have a judgment against you, like let's say you owe the U.S. sued.
Okay.
That judgment is being reported on your credit.
Wow.
So yes, we remove judgments and foreclosure as well.
Ooh, wow.
Also, people don't know that when they have evictions, it goes on their credits.
Wow. Evictions.
You might not see eviction on your 3 major credit report: Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian. But there are other credit bureaus that collect people data like evictions, check system.
Oh yeah, check system. Yeah, I'm familiar.
We have people who cannot open a bank account at all, and they don't know where to go, how to go about it.
Wow.
We help them clear the check system. We help them remove the evictions so they can move forward with their life, so they can rent a place, they can buy their own place. People are stuck, Jimmy. I'm telling you what I've been learning from my customers.
Amazing information.
People are stuck in life because they can't open a bank account. They can rent a place. They can't even be approved for any major credit cards
because of those issues. Wow.
Because of those issues that they don't even know that exists.
Wow. Let me ask you this question. What if someone defaults on a loan, like not student loans, but let's say a personal loan or cash advance loan? You know what I mean? Let's say they paid, the loan is $20,000 and they only pay $10,000. The other 10 goes into default. Can you guys remove those things off of credit as well?
We can remove them as well because those affect your credit in different ways.
Okay.
The balance can be reported as a charge-off, a collection, but it can be reported as a late payment as well.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
let's say you owe 10,000 and you couldn't afford to pay the balance.
Okay.
They're gonna report 30 days late, 60 days late, 90 days late, 120 days late, and then they charge off the loan.
Wow. That hurts, doesn't it? That hurts your FICO bad, huh?
It hurts your FICO on your payment history,
Okay.
as well as on your derogatory items.
Okay. Wow.
So when we get that removed, it's boosting you really high,
Mm-hmm.
80, 100 points. And most of my customers are seeing result like in 1 month, 2 months,
Yeah.
but don't get it wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Credit repair or fixing a credit is a journey. It's not a quick fix.
Yeah, I like to use the term. It's a journey, not a sprint. Like if you were running a marathon, you know, that's more realistic term than you trying to run a sprint where, you
Yeah.
know, you're there in 50 seconds or 25 seconds or 10 seconds. You're talking about a marathon can take a few days, but in this journey, we're talking 4, 5, 6 months. Now we started seeing results, my wife and I, within 35 to 45 days, you know, with your program, we saw a spike of about 30 to 50 points. And then in another 60 days, you saw another 30 to 6 points, 30 to 60 points. And then in like 8 months, you're talking 150 points, almost 200 points, you know, and this is realistic stuff. I'm not joking, guys. So, you know, Mr. Soulmay took his time and, you know, he got on the phone, made the calls, wrote the letters, did all that stuff. It's tedious work. And then sometimes the creditors come back and won't help him. You know, they give him a tough time. So he goes back and goes. And what people don't understand about credit repairs, the people that's working on your file, they have to go to bat for you whenever, you know, these other companies want to flex their muscles and really hurt the other person because the person didn't pay. And he has to go back and and ask them again and put them in a situation where they have to get rid of that off of your score. And that sometimes can take 30 to 60 days just to go back to a company again. So, but I'm letting you guys know I got results firsthand, and I know for a fact that this works. The fact, the house that I'm living in now, I'm in my studio in my home on almost 4 acres of land, 2-story property. I'm going to turn this into my dream home, but that would not have been possible if he didn't help me get my credit repaired before the end of December. Well, I closed on this house on December 28th, but 2020 was an amazing year of him repairing my credit up until that point. And this company that I'm with, you know, they checked my credit 3 or 4 times, and every time they checked it with Experian, it was with my Advantage score. I think it was like 733 every time, down from like a 580. I'm telling you guys, this really, really works. But it is a journey. So he started on my credit early last year. So it took, like I said, 8, 9 months. It's not overnight. But he does get the results. And I'm in a house now, you know, and I can believe it because I have my faith and trust in the Most High. But even with faith, with understanding, if you're a go-getter, you still have to have wisdom. You have to do some things to get the results. You know, you can sit there all day and say, I want a new house, I want a new car, I want to live this life. But if you don't get off your behind your butt and do something about it, you're really not in faith. It's just wishful thinking. It's just chatter, right? Faith without works is, the Bible says,
Yep.
It doesn't mean that you don't have faith. You have wishful thinking is what you have. So you have to speak it, believe it. When you believe it, then you get off your butt and you do something. Some of you out there, you know, your FICO score is not where you want it to be, but you don't want to invest any money or take any action to get your score from 600 to 700. Well, just talk's not going to do it. You have to actually do something. And when I say do something, find somebody. If you can't fix it yourself, find a professional who can do it for you and pay them. You have to invest, just like with real estate. You're not going to go and tell me you're going to get a property, no money down. Yes, you're going to pay for closing costs. You're going to pay for the earnest money down. You're going to pay for certain things with the title company. You're going to pay for something. There's no such thing as no money down for nothing. And if you do nothing, you're not going to own that property, period. It's the same thing with credit. So I think we need to rethink some things, how especially us as, you talk about us as black people. I know white people and all the other groups are watching us, and I love all of you. Y'all know that. But us as black people have had this notion that we're going to speak something in existence and do no work. That's not going to happen. You've got to do something to get what you want. You got to do what you never done before to get what you never had. Okay, so, but I'm a living witness that what Soulmay is saying, Mr. Soulmay is saying really works, because I went through his program and I got the results. I got a home. and I can go to the car lot when I'm ready and get what I want, any kind of car I want. And we'll be going to the lot real soon. But I've been spoiled with people driving me and Arlene around because the last 24 months, you guys know my story. Before we really got going, we were living out of our car right before we moved to Georgia. And when I got here, the car broke down. We sold the car, what was left of it. And we've been catching the lift, or we get rides. Sometimes I have a chauffeur that picks me up because I wanted to kind of relax. I don't want to be behind the wheel all the time. But it feels good to know that I can go to the car lot and get what car I want. I can lease a Rolls Royce or a Bentley or a Jaguar if I want to. I have those options because I have my FICO where I need it to be. So when I say it's your time, guys, if you're watching, if you're listening to this, we're closing now, but you need to take action. Again, Soulmay's information is going to be at the top or the bottom of the video. Get in touch with him, and I'm gonna have him talk to you about the rates and what he's charging, and then he can give us the closing statement of what he wants you guys to do. We're going to give you some instruction. And if at least 5 of you, the first 5 of you that contact him within the next 7 days, not 7 days, I tell you what, this video is going to be coming out on Wednesday. I'm going to give you guys 2 more business days to contact him. The first 5 people to do that, I will send you my 2-hour course. It's called How to Be Successful as a Wholesaler Newbie. It's a 2-hour course. I will give it to you for free. I was selling this course back in 2019 to some of my students, and they all loved it. Okay? I will give it to you for free, but you have to pick up the phone or email him immediately and say, hey, listen, I want to know more about your credit repair program. On that note, Soulmay, you can tell them a little bit more about how they can get a hold of you and tell them about what you charge with your services, okay?
Okay. Thank you so much, Jimmy, for offering your program. I really appreciate it. Okay. And anybody who will contact our services through this program, we have a 50% discount.
Okay.
And also a coaching session with me. For 6 months over the phone, any question regarding the credit repair process, the funding,
okay,
it will be free for 6 months.
Wow, I love that. 6 months free coaching, credit repair coaching?
6 months.
That's huge.
Yes.
Okay.
So we are going to soon launch a program where we will be teaching people how to repair their own credit.
Oh, wow. Wow, interesting. Wow.
So it's good to give people what to eat, but it's better to teach them how to grow the food themselves.
Yeah. Yeah.
So pricing, we don't call it a cost. I call it investing in your life.
Okay. I like that.
Typically, it's $99 a month. But like I said, this program, I will be coaching and watching your credits. Every step, I'll tell you, listen, we're ready to get this high credit card. 15,000, 25,000, let's go for it. And when we go to apply, it's not second guessing. We know for sure you're gonna be approved.
Wow. Wow.
Number one. Number two, I want everybody to have an entrepreneur mindset. If you have good credit, what to do with it? Start your own business. Let help you get the funding you want. It's 5,000, 10,000, 100,000. We can help your business with your credit. Get all the proper paperwork. All the proper paperwork and get you funded.
Wow. Okay.
If you want to be a real estate investor, you come to me. We're gonna fix your credit and we'll connect you with our partners who are doing the lending part. Don't second guess yourself. You can do it.
Yes, sir.
You can do it, and we will motivate you, encourage you, work with you one-on-one so you can meet the best people that can fund your real estate deal, that can fund your first house. We have great lenders, great partners that we are working with.
Oh, wow. Awesome.
So $100 a month, It's basically $99 a month for 12 months.
Mm-hmm.
So anybody contacting us will have 50%
Okay.
discount through Jimmy.
Wow. Wow. I'm like speechless, man. I didn't know you was going to do all of that, but man, that's one heck of an offer. And son, I appreciate you, Mr. Soulmay, for coming on here and offering something so much value, because I always tell people, if it was $10,000 you had to pay or 20,000, if the value is there, if I told you it's going to cost you $50,000 for me to repair your credit to get your score to 750 or higher, and you'll have trade lines and you'll have the ability to go buy a house with a very low interest rate, you'll be able to walk up to the car lot and get whatever you wanted. You'll be able to get business funding up to 100,000. Would 20 or $50,000 be worth it? And the answer is yes, it's worth it. It's the value, okay? So I like how you built the value, because when you do that, the price is irrelevant. And you're right, I like what you said, the term investment. Because again, with credit, you're investing not just in your financial future, but your well-being when it comes to having a peace of mind, knowing that when you go and buy a car, and some of us know this about this in the Black community, you go to the bank to get a loan, and the interest rate is like 1 to 2 points higher, which means you're almost getting ripped off. So the property that's worth 400, you end up paying 600,000 for it over 30 years. You're getting ripped off, right? But if your credit B, then you don't have to worry about these things. Okay, so the value was there, and you built the value so high. So I just appreciate it. Okay, so what he's saying, guys, he's saying for $99 a month, that's his normal price, which is that's very fair. That's more than fair. Because I know some people charging $3 or $4 grand just to remove a few items and boost that score, and they want all their money up front. But he's going to go a step further. If you contact us by Friday, again, I'm going to send you the course, but he's going to give you a 50% reduction, which is $50 per month. You need to tell me for $50 a month, this guy's going to go work on my file. He's going to go and check on the late payments. He's going to, help me with the charge-offs. He's going to help me with the inquiries and all those things that are hurting. And of course, there's going to be work that you're going to have to do. He may ask you to go to this website and sign up for this and sign up for that trade line. There is work involved. But for that price, it's a no-brainer. If you got to think about it, guys, you might as well stay broke. You do not want to fix your credit. If you have to think about $50 a month, you shouldn't have to think about it. It should be sign me up. So we're there for you. We're there to help you, like I said before. And everything we're doing on this platform, wherever you see this video, it's for the people. Okay. And I have strong views. You guys know me on us helping the Black community first, because we've been last for so long. But now that we got to get rid of the excuses and work together and create more leaders in the community that's going to help us get out of debt. It's going to help us get business loans. That's why I work so hard at this, because we as Black men understand the power of self-education and learning how to win in the economic system, in the financial world, and in real estate by getting the proper knowledge and education and getting access to things. But more importantly, sharing that knowledge with you so you can come out of poverty, you can come out of debt. I'm talking to all of you now, but specifically the Black community, so we don't have no more excuses. Let's get off our butts, pick up the phone, email him, take action today, and you'll never know where you'll be in 6 or 7 months from now. All right, in closing, I just want to say, again, my dear brother and my son, because you're like a brother to me, you're like a son to me, and you're an amazing business partner to you and your business. We really, really appreciate you taking the time to get on this webinar with me today. Last but not least, do you have a website that they can go to and an email address and a phone number? You can say it out loud. I'm going to put it in the description, but could you say it out loud for the audience, please?
Yes, before giving the contact information, if you allow me, I'll just touch on one thing quickly.
Please do.
Parents.
Mm-hmm.
Parents, please, let's set this legacy for our kids.
Yeah.
Get our credit fixed. Add your child on your credit report.
Oh, yeah.
By the time this child is 18 years old,
mm-hmm.
his credit is strong enough
mm-hmm.
to start buying property for this child.
Wow. Mm. Wow.
Your 18-year son
mm-hmm.
can be a landlord when he turns 18, just by having a great credit.
Wow. Amazing. I'm wow.
Let's
I'm like,
fix our own credit. Are the kids,
mm-hmm.
are the kids there? We can help you get the kids credit ready by 18, and this child will be an entrepreneur at 18.
Wow. Wow.
And the last thing I want to touch is the taxes.
Mm-hmm.
Our community, Black community, immigrants,
Mm-hmm.
most of the people who do not have enough information about taxes. IRS and taxes is a topic that everybody is afraid of.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You go file your taxes and say, I don't want to owe to the IRS, and we file loss.
Mm-hmm.
You go file your taxes and you don't want to owe the IRS, and your taxes is not filed properly.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, my community. A lot of us are missing out on SBA loan, PPP loan.
Yep.
Hundreds of thousands, just because our taxes were not filed properly.
Wow. Yes, sir.
We're here to help you guys correct that.
Mm-hmm.
And from this year on,
Mm-hmm.
your business taxes will help you look good before the IRS,
Mm-hmm.
before the financial institution, and before the lenders.
Wow. Okay.
And that will take care of your funding issue and we'll be good to go.
Wow.
Contact information,
Mm-hmm.
937-626-5857.
Okay.
That number is my personal number.
Okay.
You can text me and add Jimmy.
Yep. Yep.
My website is www.soulmayfinancialsolutions.com.
Mm-hmm. SoulmayFinancialSolutions.com. And Soulmay is spelled SOME. FinancialSolutions.com all together. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And what's your best email, Soulmay?
My best email is bsoulmay.
Mm-hmm.
B for boy, Soulmay, SOME, at SoulmayConsultingSolutions.com.
Awesome. Awesome. You guys got that? B Soulmay. Okay. At Soulmay.
Consulting.
SoulmayConsultingSolutions.com. My apologies. You guys got that? Write that down. I'm going to have it in the description so you guys can see it. And man, what a wealth of information. And just to confirm what you said, when I went to get this house, you know, I have 8 companies, but a lot of the companies that I started, that I bought, and including my major company, JW Acquisitions and Development, we were, you know, because of COVID, we filed for a loss. Those things hurt me when I tried to get this house because they look at tax returns. But another system they're using now is called the FinTech system, which really helped me, where they look at your bank statements. And so I had strong bank statements, but my taxes on paper were really poor. They weren't where they needed to be to get this house. But guess what? When they looked at my bank statements, true story, my wife will tell you, they were like, wow, 1 month, and again, this is not to brag, but it's just to show you what he's saying is correct. They was like, no, your taxes is not going to work. We can go through, you know, we can get you signed up to get this house with your bank statements, but we need to see the last 6 to 8 months. This is in December. Mind you, last 2 years are slow, but things kicked off for us in May of last year. And it skyrocketed from May to December. I'm talking before May, our bank statements were probably less than $2,000 a month because it was tough for us getting this thing going. And from May to December, our bank statements was about $820,000. Bank statements, I'm talking, you know, if you add them all together, how much money flowed through the account. Now we got a few business loans as well, but our biggest month was $306,000. If you look at my other video I did the other day when I was explaining the Business in a Box program, I actually pull up my bank statements with my student, Rochelle. Her name is Rochelle. And I was on with Travis Robinson, my other business partner, and I showed you guys my bank statements. and they looked at those statements and they said, wow, you can get this house. It is, but you don't want to have to ever do that. If you can file your taxes correctly based on what he's saying, you don't have to worry about showing your bank statements like that, but you got to have one or the other. Okay. So with that being said, thank you for the wealth of information, Mr. Soulmay. You are awesome, man. And we're going to have to come bring you back to do part 2 of this. Would you be open to that? To do another part of this? Like part 2?
Oh yes. Oh yes. There's a lot of information we can really share. We are willing to share as much as God gave us, and we want to give it back to the community.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Well, again, I appreciate you. And as I always say, I'm going to stop the video now. I'll see you where? At the top? Do you remember that?
I see you at the top, Jimmy. Thank you very much for having me. And you were a true inspiring coach for me. And I pray God to bless you and your wife. And thank you for having me here again. I'll see you next time. And I'll see you
at the top.
At the top.
You're my inspiration, brother. Take care. Bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.